Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Terminus, where we're going to be seeing LeinY with what was probably about a Bronze League lack of a worker split there. LeinY, I am disappointed in you. Anyway, we're going to be seeing another PvZ going into round 2 here. LeinY is going to be spawning in the top spawn location of Terminus. He's going to be the green Zerg, and his opponent's going to be Geru, spawning on the left side location, and Geru going to be spawning as the blue Protoss. And apparently Geru has been playing Protoss for a grand total of 2 days. So he must be maining another race, which I probably should have seen on his profile, but I, being the really terrible analysis person that I am, didn't actually notice that. Anyway, that might be a little bit of a detriment to Geru. LeinY hasn't had much success in the BrokeN ArroW tournaments thus far, but he is Master League, as is his opponent. So we should be seeing a pretty high-class game here going on. And yeah, I mean, ooh, Geru is going to be having a nice lucky scout going the right way the first time around. It looks like LeinY is as well, though, so they're going to see each other reasonably early. And it'll be interesting to see what happens now. LeinY was saying he likes his fast 3-base, and Geru saying he likes his 1-base all-ins, so obviously you can never quite tell whether that's all fun and games and joking or whether they're actually being serious. But we'll see whether either of them goes for that. Of course, if Geru won't be going for a 1-base all-in unless he just has really weird ideas of where your pylon is supposed to go. But yeah, that looks like a Forge Fast expand from Geru. And of course, we'll be seeing a pretty fast hatchery from LeinY after the spawning pool comes up. Unless he's the one going for 1-base all-in. Dun dun dun! Anyway, Forge is on the way up for Geru now. Geru going to be dealing with this drone reasonably well. And yeah, instead of putting it on patrol, why not just queue up a bunch of move commands? Pylon going to be going down once again for LeinY. Not quite wanting that Nexus just yet. For Geru, rather. LeinY's just going to be left to sit there a little while. Geru's going to throw down a pylon, and LeinY's natural, so his expansion will be delayed. And he could, of course, no, he can't run down there because that is destructible debris. Very hard to take a third on this map, a fast third rather, against Protoss, simply because you end up having to either take a hidden expansion somewhere, or you have to take this one, which is out in the open and very easy to assault from basically all angles. Yeah, you can run through there, you can run through there, you can run through there, and overall, this is a very difficult one to hold. So, of course, for a Zerg player who wants to get a fast third up, you've got to deal with this destructible debris, which forces you to create quite a bit of units. So, quite a few units, or at least 4 or 5 sets of Zerglings. He will get that expansion down finally, but of course, given that the Zerg is going to be on 2-base for longer than he would like to, the more you can delay that expansion, the better for the Protoss. Of course, Geru has now thrown down his own Nexus by now. One cannon is going to be popping on up to say hello to anybody who comes his way. And this gateway is on the way up as well, so he is going to have 4 Lings battering away at this, but by my potentially flawed calculations of the last game that we saw, that should take around a minute, but more and more Lings are going to be coming over here to help. And yeah, he is going to be getting that second queen, whether that is going to be a blind extra queen for creep and dealing with random harassment, or whether that's going to go solely towards the production of larvae at this natural remains to be seen. I assume it'll probably go straight on over the natural, but of course, LeinY could go with a third queen anyway, which I would love to see, because third queen play is lovely. And he is going to be going for this exposed third over here, not wanting to wait for those rocks to be knocked on down. Of course, this base, while it's defended by this little wall of destructible debris here, it's very easy to knock down. Especially when you get to an army with 2 or 3 Colossi in it. That debris doesn't last more than a couple seconds. LeinY is going to be grabbing his hatchery down here, and yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens on Geru's side. And as of yet, we're not seeing all that much going down in the way of tech for either players. Not a single gas taken from LeinY. And thus far, we've only really seen, well, we're not even seeing Warp Gate yet. We're just seeing nothing really on the way out for Geru either. And I'm interested to see if he's going for some Stargate play. Hey-oh, Stargate play, where are you? There's the Stargate. Someone is psychic. Yeah, no Warp Gate, of course, would generally mean Stargate play. I'm interested in what this guy's sitting up here for. Are you going to put down a second Stargate, Geru? Double Stargate would potentially be very dangerous. Yeah, he's keeping that guy there for a reason. Nope, he's just going to send him back to mining. Never mind. But yeah, we will be seeing that early Stargate play out of Geru, and he's still not going for that Warp Gate. Never mind, he's been going for Warp Gate for a total of 30 seconds. But whatever, he's still getting the Stargate, so I was still half right. Queen's going to be marching its way very, very slowly on over to this hatchery, which is now up. Let's see how the worker production is going for both of them. Geru taking a 2-worker lead at this point. Nope, it's just all evened out from LeinY, 33 to 33. And yeah, he actually is in a reasonably good position to grab a 4th if he wants. Of course, it's a little early for that, but the interesting thing now is going to be to see how he deals with this Warp Gate harass. Dramatic turning of the camera. Yeah, so let's see. He's going to be grabbing an additional gas over there. Geru now on a total of 3 gases. We're seeing a Roach Warren on the way up. And LeinY's played with almost Spunny style, waiting till very late to grab his gas, and then grabbing almost 4 of them at a time. So not quite Kingfisher build, but or Ice Fisher build, whatever one it is. Ice Fisher. I think it's Ice Fisher. Yeah, it's Ice Fisher. Ice Fisher build. But yeah, we're seeing yeah, interesting creep spread. Actually going to be spreading creep down over here. Oh, never mind. I thought that was on the low ground. I was wondering why he was doing that, but it's over here, so it's all good and fine. LeinY getting a little behind in supply, but with that Chrono Boost, not the worst thing in the world. He will be grabbing a Spore Crawler at that base. Spore Crawler 1 at all the bases except for the main. So he will be doing his best to hold up those Void Rays, and of course, there is only 1 Void Ray on the field, so this is simply in the hopes to make him overcommit. So nothing really else coming out of that Stargate just yet. You will be able to keep that around for later purposes as well, of course. But yeah, thus far there are 2 Void Rays on the field. I was wrong, but where is that second Void Ray? Goodness gracious me, where are you, Void Ray? Oh, there it is. Doing damage to the destructible array down here. Looks like Geru wants to gear up to take a reasonably early 3rd by Protoss standards. And this Void Ray is going to be flying out over onto the creep, will be seen by LeinY as a result. And nothing's still going on the main, so he has joined those up by creep, so the Queens should be able to hold off the Void Rays in the main, if it is ever to come to that. But yeah, I mean, he's trying to do a little bit of stuff with this Void Ray, getting a 2nd kill on that with a Zergling kill. But overall, Void Ray hasn't been all that effective just yet. A few more Roaches are going to be spawning out. And he does have a Spire on the way now, as well as Glider Reconstitution and Zerg missile attacks +1. So this Phoenix is in fact not a hallucination. This is a real Phoenix going to be flying on in through here. I'm a real Phoenix. And yeah, going to take a little bit of damage there. Ooh, going to take hull damage as well. Quite a bit of hull damage, actually. And that Queen might be in a position to... No, won't be able to kill it, but that's getting very low on health. Geru! Your Phoenix! Down goes the Phoenix there, and that was a loss that Geru did not need to take. It did get its scouting done, but again, not a loss that he needed to take at all. And we're seeing a 4th base going down from LeinY. And this 3rd base is going to be finishing up for Geru reasonably soon. A bunch of Lings going to be sitting on over here. Waiting for... Ooh! That's not nice. Those Void Rays going to be taking out quite a few Roaches. And by quite a few Roaches, I mean 0 Roaches. But doing quite a bit of damage nonetheless. Here we go. Going to be moving on in. Will he do enough damage here? And going to focus on the cannon. And, ooh, 1 force field going down. Not the most effective. Another force field going down. That one is a little effective. But down goes the Forge. And he's going to run right past. He's going to run right into the main here. And, no, he's not. He's going to sit on the ramp. But, yeah, he's doing a little bit of damage here. And there doesn't look like there's enough ground units to deal with this. Eventually, of course, the Void Rays will be able to deal with them. But there's just so much stuff here. He might be able to take out LeinY. LeinY, what are you doing? He is going to get a couple of probe kills, but honestly, I think he should go for the tech while he has the opportunity. This Twilight Council is on the field. Gonna warp in a few more Stalkers to deal with that. But yes, this I do like, actually, upon the revelation of those Stalkers. Gonna be moving in, taking as much out of the worker line as he can. Stalkers are not doing anything, Geru. And the Stalkers continue to do absolutely nothing. More Zerglings gonna be running on by into that natural, or actually rather into the 3rd. Gonna go for the worker line, or is he gonna go for a pylon? Oh, gonna get that sentry though. That sentry is gonna be quite a lot of gas gone, and those Roaches have killed so many dudes. 29 worker kills for LeinY. My god, LeinY has taken a commanding lead here. And more Zerglings gonna move into the middle line of the natural, taking out even more of these workers. He's gonna use the hold position trick a little bit, but it's not gonna work all that well. Another sentry going down, and another sentry! Those Zerglings are so cost efficient right now, it's ridiculous. +1 on those Zealots. So they will take out those Zerglings faster, but with this 4th base up and so many worker kills for LeinY. Take a look at the work supply here. 71 to 55. Actually, Geru is not in as terrible a position as one might think. Both Mutalisks on the field now. Of course, it's very easy to assault this main. Very easy. It's also very easy to assault the 3rd. So Terminus is sort of like Tal'Darim Altar in that respect. Lots of Mutalisks on the field. More drones in production. And of course, with this many Mutalisks on the field, that is a total of 14 Mutalisks. Going to move on right in here. And with no anti-air to speak of, no Templar Archives, and Colossus production, that's not going to be nice. Here we go. Even more worker kills going to be going on. And oh no, the transferring drones! The probes! The probes! Oh, that's not ideal at all. There is a little bit of anti-air here, but not enough. Going to focus on a few of the Stalkers here. He could take out this whole army if he wanted to. Does instead want to conserve and not lose as much stuff as he can. Going to move on in here. Going to be able to deal with these workers very fast. More workers going to go down. That Void Ray is doing quite a bit of damage here, but he hasn't incurred any losses just yet. Only taking damage, no actual losses, and taking out so many probes. And he's going to turn and run now without losing a single Mutalisk. He's added his... Oh my god! 27 worker kills for the price of 0. Oh my god, brilliant play by LeinY there with those Mutalisks here. Going to be grabbing a 5th base as well over on the right. And he has a little bit of a mini wall of crawl going on over here. And about 8 spine crawlers going to be sitting there already. But another Mutalisk over here and even more Mutalisks on the field. He's able to do so much with those Mutalisks. There's no reason for him to stop production now. Blink on the way only now. Of course, with no Templar Archives on the field to speak of, it's going to be very difficult for him to deal with that Mutalisk harass. A bunch of Colossi on the field, but believe it or not, the only thing Colossi can do to Mutalisks is headbutt them. That would actually be really cool if Colossi could headbutt flying units. Anyway, Mutalisks are going to be flying on into the 3rd here. Probes there just waiting to die. Hive on the way for LeinY as well, so he's going to be continuing to attack, +2 flyer attacks. And I do like that Geru's been really on top of reaction times with those probes. But there's just so many Mutalisks. Oh, less than ideal here. Oh, gonna focus down the Void Ray. Down goes 1. He's still only lost 2 Mutalisks this entire time. Gonna get a couple more kills here. And moving right on into the main, he's gonna... Oh, he's not gonna opt to go for the Twilight Council. That could have been a bit of a jugular vein strike there. Oh my god, even more worker kills there and only took 2 losses. Doing as much damage as he possibly can, and LeinY is out now of the base. 76 worker kills. LeinY is proved to be a genius at his harassment. Macro Hatchery up here at his 3rd. And a bunch of Zerglings going to be spawning. Going to be gathering these links over here. Of course, he has not... he actually hasn't really done much with the upgrades here. He's got +1 melee almost done. +1 Carapace about halfway done. But he's been focusing more on the Mutalisks. He does have +1 for them. +2 on the way. Hive has now just finished. And, what tech route is he going to go for? He's probably going to grab Adrenal Glands. If you have a lot of lings, that's definitely a helpful thing to have. And not quite getting it just yet. Baneling Nest on the way, interestingly enough. But a little bit of a move out coming out here. Almost all Stalker with a few Colossi and a Void Ray. He will be seen, but he's not really doing all that much. Instead, he's run into the bunch of Mutalisks, doing even more damage to the... Ooh, he has enough Mutalisks to maybe win a base race. Looks like he is going to focus the base race. And in come the Zerglings. And the base race has been forced. Geru versus LeinY in a battle for speed. But with this base on over here, I don't see Geru being able to win this. Geru being able to focus on quite a few more of those spine crawlers before they finish. But a lot of them are going to be able to do quite a bit of damage here. This 3rd base has been cleaned out by this massive count of Mutalisks. With +2 about to finish and another Spire on the way. Going to be grabbing a Spire. Where is that Spire? What are you doing? Why are you getting a 2nd Spire? And where is it? It's in the main. Just in case, if this Spire gets taken down, he's got a contingency Spire that Geru will never scout. Anyway, the Natural has now been taken out as well. And this is so much damage from the Mutalisks going to be dealt. And there's no way that Geru can win this base race. He has no proxy pylons. He's got nothing else except for this base. Lings are in the base now. And the Mutalisks focus down the Nexus. 400 minerals are around, but no probes to rebuild the Nexus. And there's the GG from Geru. And GG response from LeinY. And this game will be over momentarily, ladies and gentlemen. LeinY takes game 1. Going into game 2, it'll be interesting to see whether our Zerg player can win this, or whether the Protoss will have a comeback.